Tervetuloa uusimman Keskiympyrän pariin ja tällä kertaa ollaankin vähän erilaisessa setupissa, erilaisessa paikassa, erikoisjakso siinä mielessä myöskin. Ja vaihdetaan kieltä englanniksi ja jutellaan Jordi Alujan kanssa kohta siitä, että miltä nyt tuntuu St. Johnstonin nousu Skotlannin valioliigaan pääsarjaan. Jordi, welcome to Keskiympyrä. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying the holidays.
Yes, you're here in Finland, in Helsinki. What brings you here? Like after the season, you're straight here in Finland.
Our girlfriend took me here. Of course, she said that there's no other chance after the season. I need to come, and I agree. She came to visit me along this year, so of course I needed to come. But of course, I've been 5 years and a half in Finland, so it's a place that I extremely enjoy being. As I think that not everyone knows, but I've been all around the country, starting from Kotka, Helsinki, Salo and Oulu, so even all the territory. And I just enjoyed my time so much in here that I decided that this is the first place I want to come in my holidays.
Yeah, and of course, congratulations for you and for St. Johnstone for promoting to the Scottish Premiership. What a feeling!
Yeah. Well, thank you. Of course, there's been a lot of people following us during the year. People back from home, people from Finland, friends that I keep from here that they have been supporting and following. And it is good. It is a great feeling. It was important for the club to promote, for so many reasons. But the first one is the sports side. To be in the Premiership with some big clubs competing there, it will be a challenge. But at the time now, it's about enjoying, looking back, and acknowledging the big thing that we did all together.
Yeah. And maybe at this point I should inform that we know each other pretty well and we're friends, and I visited you during the season.
Yeah.
And in Perth. So of course I know what has been happening there, but tell who are listening or watching about the season. Of course, when you win the season, it's been pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I went there at the beginning of the preseason. Of course, the team just got a relegation that probably and looking back and everyone agreed at the time that it was maybe needed for the club to rebuild itself. Simo has done an amazing job in terms of rebuilding the squad, rebuilding the energies, and then after that, at the beginning, as always, difficult. You start. There's not so many players in the preseason. You need to adjust few things. But the season has been great. We've done it in a special way because the way that we were playing, the style of playing has been a little bit different than what maybe some people in Scotland would have expected. But it's been very much enjoyable to be able to compete. We have had difficult times during the year, no doubt, and as everyone expects. But I'm not trying to say the cliches that everyone would say about the season. But it's been extremely enjoyable, even from the challenging side. And as you said, you came to my place, and you were we were sharing everything for a week. And I think that you could see that the way that the things were going, it's a great atmosphere where to work in, and I'm just very grateful to have had this experience of this year.
What would you say? Maybe, of course, it was a great season and you promoted, and that was the only goal. But what were the biggest challenges or the biggest challenge for your team this year?
Probably for the team was how to stick to each other again, right? If you look at the starting 11 or the most used players, there has been several changes. Still some players from last season that there were a key players for us, and still those players maybe the previous season they were playing. For some of them were not playing as much, and still like they made it to make a step forward, keep the trust in the club, keep the trust in the manager, keep the trust in the staff, and maybe that was a little bit the most difficult thing at the beginning. Our first 2 pre-season games were not the best. Still, like a pre-season game that you are like trying new things, you are trying to create new connections and chemistry between the players, and still like it doesn't work straight away. So that's something, maybe the thing that was more challenging at the beginning. After that, when you start the league, we started very well. Of course, like that helps. Then during the winter, we had a moment that maybe the results were not going as well as we would expect, because like we're top of the table since day one. So of course, like people was expecting a lot of us, but that was something that Simo was like putting a lot of emphasis on, like let's try to embrace this challenge, let's try to embrace the position that we are in, and let's try to play, as he says, like big club football. So we try to be ourselves in any stadium that we played in, any scenario that we played in. Weather-wise, Scotland is also pretty challenging in terms of like rain, in terms of wind, also like cold temperatures, like +1, +2, very much in the edge if the games were going to be played or not. So maybe the strong mentality and strong mindset that a team needed, that was maybe the biggest thing that we had to create from the beginning.
Yeah, and I remember that you had a lot of games postponed during the season because of the weather, and the pitch wasn't, you couldn't play on the pitch. So what kind of a challenge was that? Because you heard it maybe on the game day or the previous day, so it changes like every plans you had.
Yeah, and of course now, like when you were there, we played a game that was meant to be played 3 times before. We tried it 3 times, and the pitch was never playable, due waterlogged or due frozen pitch. So that's something that of course, like you need to prepare yourself, and at the same time, from my perspective as a coach, you also need to guess kinda or prevent a little bit and see like how many scenarios there can be, like if the game is played, if the game is not played, if the game starts but then at some point like it's cancelled. So these kind of things. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than in Finland, because of course, like in Finland, it's a summer calendar, so most of the games are always played. It's very rarely that games get postponed, even in the most extreme conditions, as we've seen at times, like at this time of the year with snow and stuff like that. But it's been, as I said, like embracing the challenge, you know, and. What can I say? Like when you have a game that you try to play it once, you try to play it twice, you try to play it 3 times. It's about trying to keep the team motivated. Then at the same time, the starting 11 from the first day was not the same in the second game, but was not either same in the third game. And then eventually you play you go to play it for the 4th time, and the lineup it's different. So of course, like the players even themselves, they are wondering, or maybe they are like, oh, I was starting last week and this week I'm not starting.
Yeah.
These kind of things are more like the difficult side of the winter, definitely.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you ended up to Perth and St. Johnstone, because you were coaching here in Finland. You were in Oulu, which is quite north up here in Finland, and that's a 3rd tier team, and you were assistant coach. So I'm not sure, maybe some people were surprised that from there you suddenly are in Scotland and in St. Johnstone. So how did it happen? You had some kind of a connection with Simo, because you coached his son earlier here in Helsinki.
Yeah, and I don't blame anyone who thinks that's weird. It is true that it's not common that this kind of like a big step, and that's why I'm extremely grateful to Simo. I'm grateful to Paavo as well. Grateful to the club to have trust in me and deciding to take me for this challenge. As simple as I coached Toivo in Kappa for 2 years. I think that Simo, of course, like he like takes care of what his boys they are doing and how they are doing. So I'm sure that he heard like stuff about me, that he was watching some of our games, especially when we played Cups Academia, the final game against Jippo. He was there watching, so I'm sure that he felt identified in the way that we were doing as well the things. And then after that, it was a matter of keeping a little bit in touch a couple of times. I tried to watch as well like a couple of first team trainings of Cups when they were coming to Kumpula training. So small doses of like being in touch. Plus in October 2024, I think it is, Simo took charge of St. Johnstone. It was 1 month after my season ended in Salpa. I was like, okay, I just took the phone, hey, can I come and visit? He was like, yeah, absolutely. So I went there, I think it was 4 days, couple of trainings and one home game. And he involved me with everything, like he did let me be in all the coaching staff meetings, all the teams meetings. I could watch all the trainings and then as well during the game day. Then after that, before and after we exchanged like few ideas, I showed my couple of proposals in terms of like point of views of what the team was doing well and things that I could have thought that maybe they need reinforcement. And then since then I kept in touch with him and Paavo, like following almost weekly the team, how they were doing in the Premiership. So let's say that I was not completely new when I joined St. Johnstone, because I knew all the players, the style of playing, the different shapes, tactics or approaches that they had to the games. So as you said, from outside it could be looking weird or a big step. From the inside it was a little bit closer.
Yeah. How would you describe your relationship with Simo, like at this moment or during this past season?
I need to go to the beginning. For me, the best thing that Simo did to me, apart from taking me there, it was to let me be myself. I'm a character as a person. you know me, people who watch this podcast and knows me or have like interacted with me, probably they know I'm a little bit a character, and he let me be myself. He let me express myself with the players. Also, Simo is like very enthusiastic as well. Like he's open, he talks and he tries new things, and this is how we like kind of like got to know each other as well training. We are not the same as a group, and Simo, Paavo and myself, we are not the same than we were at the beginning. A little bit like going more close things or typical things, and then after that you evolve during the season and you get to know your players, and then we've been like evolving in terms of like preparing trainings, preparing the games, approaching the games, preparing videos for the teams. Like you start to get to know each other, and that's something that I think that we have bond pretty well, all us three, in addition to the rest of the staff, with goalkeeper coach, sports science, physiotherapist, and at the end, like still, like of course, like we shared quite a lot of time as well outside the pitch, going to the training ground, coming back from the training ground together, having dinners, spending time on the bus, whatever. So of course, even the last month and a half, there has been already like a part of when it was a matter of preparing something, he would give a couple of ideas, and then Paavo and I, we try to develop the idea, and then we have like the basic raw idea, and then it's just a matter of like putting that in shape. So it's been fantastic, honestly. It's been fantastic, and the trust and the confidence that we have. When I say to each other, I mean the whole staff. It's been one of the greatest I've seen.
Do you have like certain areas like between the coaches, or you're not like that? You're a defensive coach. No. You're attacking.
No, and I think that with quite a lot of like coaches friends that I have, either in Finland, either in Spain. Talking about that, it's the thing that looks a little bit more different. Everyone is connected with everything, and that's how he understands the game, and that's how he wants the staff to work with. We have like multiple like inputs from above in the boardroom, as of course people from the board, but also like we have an input from the stage, a couple of scouting guys that they make reports for us. So in that sense we try to see everyone's point of view in any case, because we always talk about 1%. Where is that 1% that can make our team a little bit better or worse? So in that sense, everyone is involved with everything. Everyone tries to do analysis for the next match, also like from our previous match, and see how we can improve our performance. So in that sense, yeah, it's a little bit like holistic the way that we work. And of course, there's like different areas that maybe I'm a little bit more in charge, Paavo is more in charge, goalkeeper coach is in charge of defensive set pieces, because at the end of the day there has to be a leader, and that leader is Simo in most of the things, but everyone is very much aware of what's going on inside the stuff.
And now, when you went to Scotland, then of course this was your first season there, seeing the league, how it was there anything that surprised you at all?
The intensity of the players, like the intensity of the duels, the level of contact, the level of I repeat, aggressiveness. The first week I see like our players, like, and everyone will understand, like the first week of training in pre-season, everyone goes like fully boom, boom. It doesn't matter. Here in the United States, in England or Spain, it's exactly the same everywhere. Everyone goes like fully committed because they think like it's a new challenge and everyone starts from zero. And it is like that. So the first week of training, every kind of tackle or anything, I was like, oof, that was harsh. But then you see the players like, they stand up and they continue. And that's the kind of the professionalism that they have. Like there's not so much of like regrets, there's not so much of complaints. Everyone is there to work, and the level of professionalism, also like quite a lot of players, they have like background maybe in Premier League academies, so they know what being close to certain level is in academies of Rangers, academies of Celtic, or big clubs, right? So I think that in that sense, that was the thing that surprised me the most. And then after that as well, the game doesn't stop. The game does not really stop. There's not so many like close situations in open game that one team is attacking, one team is defending. The ball is going, and then of course, like, who has a little bit half a second of calmness or composure to put the ball down and play is what we've tried to do, and we have felt that what has given us a little bit more advantage. A second of personality, put the ball down, try to play instead than living constantly in the chaos of the ball in the air, tackles, duels, etc. etc.
Yeah. Now that you know what's it like, the culture in Scotland, like in games and in trainings, if you would come back now to Finland, maybe coach a team, would you bring something from Scotland to Finland? Like, would you implement something of that, maybe aggressiveness or something?
Yes, but
here
it's the context also. Like, you cannot bring it in the same way. So of course, like, there has to be hints. For me, like, what I've learned a lot this year, it's also about the maximum effort in the trainings every single day. And I don't want to name players, but we have example of players that they have been like out for several weeks, several months, and having a crazy impact at the end of the season in terms of promotion. And then in the other way, like players that unfortunately, or they were playing a lot at the beginning, and unfortunately for some reasons, for coaching staff decisions, they have dropped from that. So I would definitely bring something like that, but you also need to be aware of the context. And with that I mean also everything has an impact. So the referees, the statement of the referees, it's also like letting more play in that sense. So you need to be a little bit careful on how you bring these things. I would definitely bring more demand to myself and to my team into the weekly trainings. That's 100%.
And also we were watching together last week when Knistan played here in Helsinki against Inter in Veikkausliiga. So now that you've been in Scotland and see how they play, are you looking maybe Veikkausliiga a bit different eyes, or what kind of ideas did you have from seeing that game?
Well, we were sitting together, and the sports science that we have in St. Johnston was with us, right? Yeah. And he's from England. So he was saying like, "Oh, that's not a foul. Oh, that's not a foul. Come on, ref. Hey, you stand up." You know, like it is different. It is different, and that's why I was saying I enjoy a lot here, like the part of like ball possession. I think that the coaches, they have like extremely good level in terms of like how to build the process, how to prepare game plans, and that's something that's what I took from here to Scotland. Then once there, I could not implement it in the same way because, as I said before, the context is a little bit different. The type of players that you have, the type of player interest even that the players have, it's different. In here, a lot of players I have had that they ask why we do this training, why do we do that. And before, when I was saying about the professionalism, I don't mean that they take it more or less serious, is that they go to what they have to do and they don't question the manager in that sense. They do what they are asked to do, and that's cultural difference. It is absolutely cultural difference. There's nothing to do if the football is better or worse. It's just a cultural difference. So yeah, watching that game for me, it was refreshing to get to see like some players that I've been close by, players that I've been like following, a team that it's coached by a couple of friends. So it was just enjoyable. Let's say it all. Like I had a beer in hand, so I was just enjoying the sun in the first half and freezing in the second.
Exactly. Typical Finnish weather on that game.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I visited you in Perth, and I need to, and you guys are going to see some footage from my visit, and that was my first time in Scotland, and I really didn't know what to expect about like about Perth and the people and people and everything, but everyone was so nice, so kind, so welcoming, absolutely like amazing people, and what I've seen in the games also, how the ultras are singing, and what is the atmosphere there. Even though I couldn't go to the home games, there was no home games, I saw 2 away games, but how did you feel like the culture there and the people? Do you feel like home?
Yeah, I don't know how many people from Scotland will watch this. I hope that for you and for your podcast, thousands of them. But from here, I just can be grateful because not only to me, also to my family, to my girlfriend, to you as a friend, to all my friends that have come to visit. They have treated them like extraordinarily well, and I feel that Scotland and Finland, even though like in terms of like cultural stuff and everything, it's a little bit different, but there's like similarities. It's a small country with a similar amount of population. At the same time, there's like big neighbors around, you know, so very, very warm welcome people, and absolutely amazing. We have won a lot of games this year. That's also make the atmosphere in the stadium and everything way nicer.
Yeah.
We need to be very aware of that. But still, I would say that the level of human being people, it's extraordinarily high, and that's not something about the people in the stadium. It's the people living in Perth, going to the store, and how people adore Simo, how much like you just walk in the streets and you hear that the team or the city is backing the team, and that's great. It's a great feeling, definitely.
What kind of feedback are you getting when you walk in the streets of Perth? Do people recognize you already?
I don't get a lot. But Simo does.
I can imagine.
So yeah, of course it is great when you win. When you don't, like, you also like want to hear like how people feels, and you just accept it. It's part of the game. It's part of the business. What can I say? Like, it's great, and fans, they have the right to decide if they are happy. If they are not happy, the club, it's theirs at the end of the day. So it is good. It is good. I would say that it feels good that there's like a big social group in behind, starting from the fan section, that they are like all day, all game, chanting for us and celebrating with us. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great. And you said that you were there for 90 minutes. The ultras, they're pushing us, so you cannot let them down. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of myself. I'm a Barca fan. I don't have like any problem of saying it out. So in the same way that I feel Barca, I know that there's people who feel St. Johnston, and that's a little bit like the engine and the motor that keeps us going at times, like to push for these people that you meet in the streets, or even the neighbor or something like that would come and say like, hey, tomorrow we need to win.
Yeah.
Yes, boss.
Yes, and also the atmosphere was like, it made me a fan as well. I'm a St. Johnston fan at the moment, and I've been able to watch the games from here from Finland, and supporting, of course, to you, but also the team. So it's been a really nice season. I have to ask about the celebrations, because you confirmed the promotion and the championships like 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks before the season ended, and you had time, you know, to celebrate.
Yeah.
So how was it?
We secured promotion two games in advance. So that was 10 days, something like that. The best thing of that is that we had the chance to spend time together. Winning on Tuesday, celebrating for a couple of days, training Thursday, Friday home game, the whole stadium full since the warm-up, and you are warming up and you hear the fans like singing champions again, and it feels like, wow, this isn't real. But not only that, is the previous training as well, like how the mood of the players, how everyone was extremely happy. Players who played every single minute, players who played a little bit less, everyone was in an extreme good mood. Next week, following week was exactly the same. So to have that time of celebrating together and spending time together was great. If you win in the last game of the season, it's fantastic as well. There's no doubt on that. But it's true that you celebrate maybe one day, couple of days, and then everyone goes home, goes on holidays or whatsoever. So in that sense, the club had the chance to organize events for the fans, events for the players, for the families to come and everyone to be together, and it was fantastic, and we celebrated as we should have and as we deserved, I feel.
Yeah, and it tells a lot about the team and the club that you secured the promotion, but still you had 2 games, and someone could think that they are hangover, they don't care anymore that much, but you went and win both of those games. So it tells a lot about the culture you have in the team.
Yeah, but that's a little bit the credit that the players deserve. The players who have not played that much, they have pushed during the season themselves in terms of like fitness, but also like challenging the starting players, right? So that's been great, and I said before, like there's a few examples of players that they have been key at the end, but maybe they were not playing that much at the beginning. So at the end of the day, yeah, it tells about the culture. It does. I agree. And in those days, like we went there like committed to win, also because we had like some historic stuff to play for. Most amount of clean sheets in the championship history. So to go out there and still like do not give like chances away. Everyone being aware. It was great. It was fantastic. And of course, even though you win the league, if you go out there and you put like your footprint and you show like we are the champions because we are capable to do this once again and again and again. So that was a very proud moment as well.
Yeah. And of course now you promoted and it's great, but also it means that when you're going now to the Premiership, the teams, there must be some changes or a lot of changes in the squad. So do you feel any like sadness that this period of time comes to an end and you're not going to be with that locker room ever again?
Yes and no, but things needs to end. Like things needs to end, and every year it's a book, and there's like an end chapter for every single book. There's no endless situation, and that's the way that we live. Like we had a dinner the last day with Simo and Paavo, and we're saying like we've put like soul and heart to this project in terms of like endless hours and stuff like that. And everyone does, like we in that sense it's nothing special. Everyone does, like people from everywhere takes seriously their jobs. There's no doubt, but at the end of the day, as I said, like things need to come to an end so that to make it special. If this would be like forever, maybe the intensity in the way that we have lived this year, it will not be the same. And next year will be different, will be challenging, but still like we will try to keep our identity as much as we can, and we will go to bigger places. And when we talk about having personality and big club football, let's see if we are capable to do it in those places. I wish that we are, and I wish that we have the capacity to prepare the games, trying to be ourselves. Then after that, as I said, like there has been also games this year that we have had to be like close shape and then go to back five in the last 5 minutes so that the game would end 1-0 for us. No problem. But if we need to be ourselves, and as I said before, what I've learned this year, during the week, and then we go Saturday, and if we've done the things during the week, we will be better prepared. So that's my statement.
Yeah, well said. So what can you tell about the next season? Like you said already, you want to be yourself, and you don't want to maybe change that much what you are or what you were this season. But how much the team is going to change, maybe?
I don't know. Like of course, like there's players that it's officially that they go to a bigger clubs. And everything. So let's see at the end. I know that the club is working in terms of like a couple of contract extensions. One, I think it's already official. So let's see. But in terms of we have some players that they have already contract. So there's a base and core of the group. And probably what we expect from them is that they keep the fire of the team that we are, right? And then that everyone who comes from outside adds on top of that. I always try to say that when I go to places and everything, I try to add and never like try to change. It's about adding more things, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. I think that of course like there needs to be like few signings and the club is working on that. So full confidence in the same way that they revealed the team last year that we will do it again this year.
What do you think at this point? What is the target for next season? Is it to stay in the league, or do you want something more?
You said that you were not going to kill me. No. Easy answer. To win games, you need to perform well. So we need to perform well and be competitive in specific context and specific scenarios of the game. So let's start from that. Let's try to be strong. Let's try to be the compactness that we had this year. Let's try to keep building that together. And then after that, we will see. It's, I don't know, I'm gonna say a little bit of a random number, but I think that we have 12 contracts, 11 contracts right now in the team, to say where we want to be now that the project is very raw and very at the beginning. Would be like unfair for me to say like, yeah, we want to be top 6. I want to win the league. Is it possible? There's a chance. Always there's a chance. Leicester did it, but okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't know if it's top 6, if it's to stay in the league, but we need to perform well. We need to perform well, and we need to train well, and we need to be a great team. There has been like many examples in the Scottish Premiership last years. This year, Falkirk promoted and has been top 6 and semi-finals of the Scottish Cup. Dundee United 2 years ago promoted and was top 6 the first season that they were up. Teams that have promoted and they have come back straight down. I don't know. That's the most difficult question you've made.
But I think Simo has trained you well to answer these tough questions.
I don't know, like I feel that at the end, like we all say the same because like we spend that much time together. The ideas are exactly the same.
Yeah, you're basically the same person.
No, I would not say that. I would not say that. But yeah, like I think that we have the vision is aligned.
When I visited Scotland and visited your place, we also had some days off and we went to Glasgow and watched Glasgow Celtic play. And I mean, it was my first time at the stadium. Yours as well.
Same.
And talking about like the atmosphere and how big it is and stuff like that. And we were like, maybe both of us a bit overwhelmed about the experience and everything. So for you personally, next year you're going to be there, not as a spectator, but working.
Yeah.
In those kind of places, also another. Some more big clubs in Scotland as well.
Yeah.
So how does it feel now when you think about that? And
it's excitement. Honestly, it's pure excitement. Like of course, there's pressure that you want to win games and you want to get points, but it's excitement. And I feel that once you get to those places. That's probably like the biggest place I've been, but I feel that probably like you maybe forget what is behind you or around you, and you concentrate on what the pitch is. And at the end of the day, like it's 11 against 11, and if you are like capable to like isolate yourself and concentrate on that, that's what you should try to be doing, right? So. I don't know, pretty normal to be fair. I don't know, maybe I go there and I message you like before the game, I'm nervous, you know, I'm sick. But at the moment I feel okay, I feel excited, and I feel that we are in a position that we should be looking at those places as trying to make history. I don't know how many times St Johnstone has won at Celtic or at Rangers or at Heart Stadium. I have no clue, but maybe if you go there, you pick up a win and you hear that it's the first time in 25 years that St Johnstone has won at Celtic place. That's something that you take, you know? So it's a little bit like that. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. And then there's also derbies. We will play Dundee with Dundee United. So every game there will be like some story apart than football. Probably that we will hear about.
Looking forward to that. Of course, this is a podcast about Finnish football, and you're here because you're related to that and coached here in Finland. I wanted to ask you if you think about Finnish players now, and there is no restrictions. Like you don't have to think about money. If you could choose one Finnish player to play for you in St. Johnstone, who would it be and why? You can take your time. Is it someone from Veikkausliiga?
No,
maybe
I'm thinking
from a younger player?
Look,
or
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you one name.
Yeah.
Because I know him and I have extremely appreciation for him. He's a very good person, great player, and he is abroad. Tuomas Ollila.
Okay.
He is my player. He is my player. I'm very.
He plays for Paris at the moment.
It's not possible that he can't.
Paris FC. Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I was with him when he was, I think, 19, and he just like kept doing steps and steps and steps and steps and steps forward. So it's been an amazing career with his heart and what he has ahead. So I wish him better than us at the moment. But yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer, and I wasn't expecting that.
That was difficult because all of a sudden I had to like go like all through like Finnish roster and Veikkausliiga and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say Tume.
Yeah. So you're now having your well-earned holiday now in Finland and going back home to Catalonia for a while, and after that it's time for preseason. What's going to happen like now? Until the preseason, are you working or?
Yeah, like you are never like really off. So you are always in touch with Simo, with Gas, the sports director, and the rest of the staff somehow. So a little bit working on and off. At times maybe like I think that when the time gets closer, we'll be a little bit more in touch. But then it's been like a week. Very quiet, which it feels like a proper holidays. So yeah, I'm going home in 10 days, I think it is, or 1 week, and then after that, like just enjoying the good weather, sun, and starting again. And preseason starting again. The good thing in preseason is that it's short. That's the difference with Finland.
A lot shorter than in Finland.
This year we will have, I think it's 7 weeks, and at times. What I feel from some Scottish people, they're like, "Oh, this is long 7 weeks." I'm like, "You have no idea,
because in Finland it's
the longest."
Yeah, it's
the longest.
Yeah,
but yeah, so and we have like competition games like the Premier Sports Cup. So it feels that once we go back, we need to be pretty ready as quick as we can. So this is it.
Yeah, sounds good, and I hope. Next season, I get to come to visit Perth again and St. Johnston, and this time I want to be
home
at
game.
McDermott. Did I say it right? McDermott. McDermott Park. McDermott. I want to be there and I want to feel the atmosphere. I don't care which game it is, but I hope to be there and visit you. And
I care. It needs to be a winning game. That's what it needs to be. That's what I care about.
Okay, but hey. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to say maybe to your Finnish followers or maybe to the fans of St. Johnston?
Well, to the Finnish, I don't know with followers, but Finnish friends, Finnish players, coaches, fans, members of the board, whoever I've met across the way, like I'm very thankful. When I left Finland, I never like said anything about how grateful I am, but it's a country that I feel like home. So I'm extremely thankful about all the experiences that I had, and since I left, also like the way of communicating and keeping in touch with people that I have had, people like you and other friends, of course. So in that sense, I'm very, very thankful, and I feel like that was also something that I wanted to do, to come here and meet everyone and be in the streets of Helsinki, Kotka and stuff like that. And to the St. Johnston fans, see you next year. Let's go again. Come on the Saints.
Thank you Jordi, and kiitos tästä jaksosta. Tässä oli Keskiympyrä tällä kertaa, vähän erilainen jakso. Pistäkää palautetta tulemaan, mitä tykkäsitte, haluaisitteko enemmän tämän tyyppisiä jaksoja, ja ensi viikolla joka tapauksessa jatketaan taas. Drop the like, yes, thank you, see you, bye bye.
Bye bye, heippa,
cheers.
Moi moi. All right.